What's up, YouTube? This your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll do my WWE NXT Deadline review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or I go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Now let's talk about WWE NXT Deadline review and highlights. Now NXT Deadline pay-per-view was at 8.5 out of 10. It was a good show for what it was. Deadline starts with a video package hyping up the event. We go live to a full performance center with Vic Joseph and WWE Hall of Famer Booker T on commentary. Alicia Taylor is the ring announcer. So we get the Women's Iron Survivors Challenge. Roxanne Perez versus Cora Jade versus Zoe Starks versus Kiana James and Indy Hartwell. Now this match was fun. Roxanne Perez drew number 1 and Zoe Starks drew number 2. These two women will start the challenge match. The bell rings and the clock has started. Both women lock up and Zoe Starks tackles down Perez and goes for a quick pin, but only get a 1 count. Zoe Starks has Perez in an armbar, but is quickly countered and broken up. Both women lock up again. Zoe Starks begins working on the arm of Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez then counters and puts Zoe Starks in a headlock. Roxanne Perez goes for a backslide pin, but Zoe Starks is countering it as the fans chant Rocky. Yeah. Anyway, Roxanne Perez picks up Zoe Starks for a tilt-a-whirl and brings her down for a near fall pin. Roxanne Perez is working the arm of Zoe Starks, who then counters, and Zoe Starks rolls up Perez only for a 1 count. Zoe Starks tosses Perez into the corner several times and then scoops her up for a slam. Zoe Starks covers Perez but only gets a 2 count. Zoe Starks has Perez in a headlock. Perez counters out and then transitions into a pinning situation. Okay, but Zoe Starks kicks out. Kiana James comes in next, and both women double team James. James gets a big kick from Zoe Starks. James recovers and then James goes for a pin, but Perez breaks it up. James shows down Perez and trash talks her. James hits Perez with a forearm in a jar, and then Zoe Starks drop kicks both women and attempts to pin Perez, but only gets a 2 count. James is taken out as she is in the corner. Zoe Starks kicks Perez off the ring apron onto the floor. The action goes to the outside with Zoe Starks kicking Perez in the face and then tosses her back in the ring. James knocks Zoe Starks off the apron and attempts a pin on Perez, who kicks out at 2. James has Perez in a submission, but James has Perez in a submission, but Perez gets out of it. Perez takes down both James and Zoe Starks, but Zoe Starks comes back with a kick. Comes back and kicks Perez and then slams her down. Covers Perez and gets a pin. Perez goes to the penalty box. Cora Jade is out next and runs to the ring and tries to pin both Zoe Starks and James, but only gets a 2 count on each. Jay is on fire and continues to nail both women. Cora Jade tries to pin James but only get a 2 count. Perez is released from the penalty box and goes right after Jay with a pin, but there is only a 1 count. Perez on fire takes out James with a kick and elbows. Perez hits Zoe Starks with a Russian leg sweep and goes for a pin, but James rakes it up. Zoe Starks then pins James, who is sent to the penalty box. Zoe Starks has Perez in a submission lock and James is released from the box and stomps on both women. James shoves Zoe Starks in the corner and then hits Core J with an elbow. Indy Hartwell, who is final participant, comes out and cleans house. Indy Hartwell and Press are bow in the ring. Press takes Hartwell down and gets a near fall. Hartwell then nails Press and gets the pin, and Press goes to the penalty box. Hartwell gets a near fall on Zoe Starks. Core J nails Zoe Starks with a huge elbow. Both Zoe Starks and Jay exchange blows. Starks slams down on Core J and only gets a near fall. On the outside, Zoe Starks and James go at it. James tosses Zoe Starks over the barricade. Perez goes to the top rope and hit a crossbody on Hartwell. Jay breaks up the pin. Zoe Starks back in the ring and takes out Indy Hartwell and Cora Jay. Perez then rolls Zoe Starks for a pin. Zoe Starks goes to the penalty box. The crowd brings the chant NXT. Indy Hartwell and Cora Jay on the outside. Perez and Indy Hartwell are now in the ring, and Zoe Starks back in the ring. Zoe Starks nails Cora J with a flying forearm and then kicks Indy Hartwell. Zoe Starks then follows up with a spinning head kick. Zoe starts on a roll, nails Cora J with an elbow in the corner. Perez then comes out of nowhere and nails Zoe Starks. Perez leaps over the ropes onto Indy Hartwell, who is on the outside. Cora J takes out all the women on the outside, but Zoe Starks. Zoe Starks then leaps from the top and takes out all the other women on the floor as the fans go nuts. Zoe Starks is on the top rope in attempt to take out Corey James. Take out takes out James, but James rolls out of the way. Press nails Corey J with a Canadian like destroyer and pins Corey J, who is sent to the penalty box. Any Hartwell press, and Zoe Starks all try to pin each other. Corey J is back in the ring and attempts to pin Zoe Starks, but only gets a one count. Indy Hartwell and Press take each other out as they fall to the outside. James and Zoe Starks are on the top rope. James hits Zoe Starks with a Spanish fly. Time runs out and Roxanne Press is declared the winner. The winner and Women's Iron Survivor Series and new number one contender to the NXT Women's Championship, Roxanne Press. This match was fun. After the match, we go to replays as the fans chant Roxy. Let's move on. So we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Big Joseph and Booker T promote Vengeance Day as Booker T is crying that his student Press won. Okay, let's move on. We go to backstage with Mackenzie Mitchell, who is interviewing Ava Now and Tatum Paxley. Now is bummed that the Creed brothers can't wrestle tonight, and she was only looking out for them and their health. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance they enter. They said Nah and Paxley can have a fight whenever they want. Terrible action. So we get match card number 2. This was the second best match of the night right here. Alba Frey versus Islam Dawn. My hats off to Alba Frey and Islam Dawn. They told this match was good. The reason why I say the match was good, the booking, the physicality, and the match itself was good, and the timing was well done. All right, this match was the second match of the night. The bell rings, and here we go. Alba Frey slaps Islam Dawn as both women then go to the floor. Alba Frey tosses Dawn against the announcer table and then tosses her back in the ring. Alba Frey nails Dawn with a super kick and goes for a 2 count, but only gets a 2. Alba Frey has Dawn in a submission and then turns it to a pin, but Dawn kicks out. Dawn picks up Alba Frey and dribbles her into the corner. Dawn hits Alba Fyre with a backbreaker and then covers her, but only gets a 2 count. A turnbuckle is exposed. Dawn kicks Alba Fyre and corners her, but Alba Fyre kicks out at 2. Dawn kicks Alba Fyre in the back and works the arm as Alba Fyre gets out of the hole. Dawn comes back and kicks Alba Fyre and has her in the corner. Has her in the corner. Dawn climbs the top rope and connects on Alba Fyre with knees to the chest. Dawn goes for the cover, but Alba Fyre kicks out at 2. Dawn is on the outside, but Alba Fyre leaves on the ropes and takes out Dawn on the floor. Both women are now back in the ring. In exchange blows, Alba Fyre picks up Dawn for a face plant. Dawn then comes back up and takes Dawn, comes back and suplex Frey. Dawn attempts to pin Frey, but only get a 2 count. Dawn goes to the outside and Frey leaps through the ropes and takes out Dawn on the floor. Frey then drops Dawn on the floor with a gory bomb. Both women are back in the ring. Frey is on the top rope and hits Dawn with a swanton bomb. As Frey attempts to pin, the referee has a black goo coming from his mouth and nose. Several refs come in to check on the other ref. Dawn hits Frey with face first on the exposed turnbuckle and then nails Frey and gets the win. The winner by pinfall is Dawn. This match was fantastic. The physical, the timing was amazing. But hats goes out to Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn. These two killed it. Okay, let's move on. So we go to commercial break. We go to Mackenzie Mitchell backstage with New Day saying they are always looking for the best competition. The New Day talks up Pretty Deadly and says they are going to become Triple Crown Tag Team Champions. Alright, so we get NXT Tag Team Championship match, Pretty Deadly versus the New Day. Now this match was pretty good. Pretty good match right here. Pretty good. The New Day come out to a huge ovation. Booker T says he is disgusted by the New Day. Pretty Deadly comes out next to a huge boost from the fans and the performance center. The fans chant New Day rocks. The bell rings and here we go. Booker T is between a face and a heel on commentary. He still isn't that good. Woods and Wilson lock up. Woods has Wilson in the corner and chop Wilson. Woods avoids several attempts hits from Wilson. Woods tags in Kingston, who attempts to pin Wilson, but only gets a 2 count. Kingston grabs Wilson's arm. Prince distracts the referee, and Wilson is able to nail Kingston. Prince is tagging and is in control over Kingston. Kingston then wiggles his bottom at Prince, who then wiggles his butt back. The fans go nuts over the exchange. Prince swings at Kingston and misses as Kingston comes back with a kick on Prince and goes for the cover, but only gets a 2. Kingston comes back with a drop on Prince and goes for another pin, but only gets a 2 count. Kingston tags in and Woods as Prince tags in Wilson. Kingston and Woods double team Wilson. Kingston, who is now legal in the ring, attempt to pin Wilson, but only gets a 2 count. Kingston tosses Wilson to the outside and attempts a leap, but Prince blocks it and then leaps over the ropes and takes out both Prince and Wilson on the floor as the fans go crazy and chant New Day rocks. Kingston on the outside gets pushed into the ring post, but Kingston is then tossed in the ring as Prince puts the boots to the face of Kingston. Pretty Deadly double team Double teams Kingston. Wilson is tagging to be the legal man. Wilson nails Kingston with an elbow to the back of the neck. Kingston is trying to tag in Wilson, but Wilson tosses him to the opposite corner. Kingston back back and nails Wilson with a DDT as both men are down. Wilson gets the tag and Kingston gets the tag. Woods is on fire and takes down Prince with several moves. Prince is tagged back in. Woods nails both Prince and Wilson. Wilson goes to the floor and Woods comes back and hits Prince with a DDT. Has a near fall on Prince. Prince comes back and hits Woods in the throat. Prince covers Woods, but he kicks out. Both Woods and Price exchange blows in a slugfest. Prince then nails Woods with an elbow and takes him down. Prince tags in Wilson, who then picks up by Prince as Wilson nails Woods with knees to the chest. Wilson goes for the pin and only gets a 2 count. Prince grabs the tag belts as both teams try to trick the ref with being hit by their tag belts, as the official is distracted by Wilson. Woods is nailed by a tag team belt, and Wilson covers him, but only gets a 2 count. Kingston and Woods are on the outside, and he hits Wilson with the trouble and hits Wilson with the trouble in paradise. Woods and Kingston nail Prince, who is back in the ring, and nails Prince from the top rope as Kingston stomps on Prince midnight hour and Woods covers Prince for the win. The winner and your new NXT Tag Team Champions, the New Day. Now, it was a good moment for the New Day to win the NXT Tag Team Champions, but this match was pretty good. Okay, post match, the New Day celebrate in the crowd in the crowd with the fans as they chant "New Day rocks." All right, so backstage, Katana, Chance, and Kaden Carter talk with Odd, 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 Yassi, Jones, and Darius Infoy, and Malik Blade. Jones has to face Von Wagner on Tuesday's NXT. Chance and Carter walk to Gigi Dillon and JC Jane, who claim the champion, are avoiding them. Now, and Tandem Paxley jumped Toxic Attraction from behind, and they brought. So we go to commercial break. So we get an men's Iron Survivor Challenge. Carmelo Hayes versus Grayson Waller versus Joe Gacy versus JD McDonald versus Axinum. Axinum. Um, this match was this match was fine for what it was. It was fine. JD McDonald drew first and Axinum drew second. These two will start the match. The bell rings and Axinum goes right after JD, but JD comes back and then Axinum takes down JD, who rolls to the outside. JD kicks Axiom as Axiom driven JD to the ring post. Both men are on the, are the outside. Axiom tosses JD into the penalty box. Axiom charges JD and tosses him back in the ring. JD comes back and drop kicks Axiom as he comes off the bottom rope. JD is in control. Axiom comes back and rolls JD into a pin, but only gets two. JD attempts to powerbomb Axiom, but counters with a kick to the head on JD. Axiom rolls JD and nails him in the back of the head with the elbow. JD JD then drop kicks JD then drop kicks in the face, who is in the corner. Axiom covers JD but only gets a 2 count. Axiom has JD lock up and then JD gets out of the move and nails Axiom with a huge Larry and then drop a powerbomb. JD covers him, but only gets a 2 count. Carmelo Hayes is out next and goes right after JD. Carmelo Hayes tosses Axiom to the outside. As Axiom comes back in the ring, he is nailed by Hayes, and Hayes covers him, but JD breaks it up. The fans chant NXT Axiom is on the top rope and flies into both JD and Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes kicks Axiom in the face and hits JD with an elbow to the face. As Hayes went for the 2-4-1, he get caught by JD. Carmelo Hayes then does a flying rock on flying kick on Axiom and pins him. Axiom is sent to the penalty box. JD and Carmelo Hayes trade blows. Carmelo Hayes then hits a crazy lariat on JD, who goes down, then gets back up and goes back up and is dazed. JD hits Carmelo Hayes with an elbow and then superplex him. Axiom is back in the ring and goes to the top rope and hits JD and Carmelo Hayes with a flying crossbody. Axiom kicks JD and then attempt to kick Hayes, who catches the boot with his hands. Carmelo Hayes gets wiped out by JD, who then takes out Axiom's. Grayson Waller comes in and pins JD and Axiom, as both JD and Axiom are sent to the penalty box. Carmelo Hayes attempts to clothesline Carmelo Hayes, but Waller ducks and nails Carmelo Hayes, but Waller ducks and nails Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes is on the apron and kicks Waller in the face. Waller comes back with a cutter-like move on Carmelo Hayes on the apron. Axiom and JD are fighting in the penalty box. And then Axiom slams the door on JD. Waller comes down and then pushes Axiom in the box. Carmelo Hayes comes out to the outside and nails JD back in the ring. Axiom and Hayes attempt to pin each other. Carmelo Hayes trash talks Axiom. Carmelo Hayes goes to the outside and pulls Waller down. Waller then picks up Carmelo Hayes and slams him down and then shouts at Booker T, "How do you like me now?" As Waller is distracted, he goes pinned by Axiom and then Axiom pins JD as both Waller and JD go to the penalty box. Joey Gacy is out next and it's the final entrance. Joey Gacy and Carmelo Hayes both kick Axiom in the face. Gacy takes out both Axiom and Hayes. Gacy has Axiom in his submission move. Axiom taps and is set to the penalty box. As Axiom goes to the back box, Waller and JD double team him as they toss him to the box. Carmelo Hayes and Gacy are in the ring, and Gacy takes out Carmelo Hayes with a lethal injection type move, and they pin him to send him to the penalty box. Gacy is able to take out both JD and Waller, who goes to the outside. Gacy takes out JD and Waller on the outside. Axiom is on top of the penalty box and takes out JD. Waller and Gacy Carmelo Hayes is out and hits a back in the ring. He drops Waller for a pin, but only gets a 2 count and then puts Waller in a crossface and taps. Gacy then drops Waller and tosses him into a penalty box. Gacy takes out Axiom, who then comes back and has Gacy in a submission. But Carmelo Hayes nails somebody with a axe kick. In the ring, JD Waller and Carmelo Hayes take each other out. Waller attempts to hit JD with a stunner, but it's countered. The fans chant NXT. JD hits everyone with boots in the chest. JD is in the center of the ring as he gets super kicked by the other man. On the outside, Gacy sends Waller on the steel ring steps. Gacy has Carmelo Hayes in a submission, but is broken up by JD and Gacy. Get JD into submission, but it is broken up. Gacy has Axum in the submission as the clock is ticking down. JD tosses Carmelo Hayes in the corner. The clock is ticking down more. Carmelo Hayes draws on Axum and goes for the pin, but Wheeler grabs Carmelo Hayes and pulls him, and then the pin to send Axum in the box. Waller is being chased as the bell rings, and Waller is declared the winner. The crowd boos as the bell rings, and Waller is announced the winner. So the winner of the men's iron and new number one contender for new number one contender to the NXT champion Grayson Waller. Let's move on. Post match, Waller drinks a beverage from a shoe as he celebrates in the fans boo loudly. Okay, this match wasn't bad, but this match was pretty good. Commercial break. That's all I was trying to say. Commercial break. We get a promo from NXT New Year's Eve live on the USA Network Tuesday, January 10th. It was also teased that a woman is either returning or debuting to help ring in the new year. As we go with Mackenzie Mitchell, who interviewed Drew Gulak, who says he comes back to help out a talent and that he wants to get back to his full potential. Demi Kim comes and tells Gulak he needs to watch his mouth on Tuesday. Okay, we go to we go to a promo package on what he led up to Apollo Crews challenge Braun Breaker for the NXT Championship. So we get the NXT Championship match. Braun Breaker defends against Apollo Crews. This main event match was boring. The ending was boring as well too. Apollo Crews makes his way out to the ring first. The defending champion makes his way out next to a huge ovation from the wild and loud crowd. The fans are hot tonight. The bell rings. The bell rings as fans bark and also chant for Cruz. Both men lock up and breaks the hold. Both men lock it up again. It's a test of strength as both men break the hold again. Both men do a test of strength again. Breaker is taken down by Cruz and hold on and gets up. Cruz has Breaker in a headlock and taken down with an arm drag, but lands on his feet as the fans bark. Cruz grabs Breaker and takes him down with a headlock as the fans clap for Breaker. Breaker counters and takes down Cruz, who gets back up and takes down Breaker. Both men get up to a big ovation from the fans. They work as the fans as they bark. Breaker has Cruz in. Yeah, Breaker has Cruz locked up and then Cruz counters and locks up Breaker by the ropes and the hold is broken. Both men attempt to hip toss each other, but they counter each other's moves. Apollo Crews hits Breaker with a drop kick and standing moonsault. Apollo Crews goes for the pin, but only gets a 2 count. Crews leaps on and Breaker and goes for the pin, but only gets a 2 count. Crews has Breaker in a headlock who counters it and picks up Crews for a huge jackknife powerbomb on Apollo Crews. Breaker covers Crews who kicks out at 2. Crews is on the outside as Breaker runs runs and leaps over the top rope and takes down Crews. Breaker comes off the second rope and is caught with a knee to the face by Cruz. Cruz is frustrated and closes his eyes, and then opens in wide and starts punching Breaker in the head as fans boos. He covers Breaker and only gets a 2 count. Cruz has Breaker in a hole and then turns it into several German suplexes. Um, the fans begin to chant "Let's go, Breaker." Apollo Crews draws Breaker with 3 power bombs and goes for the pin, but only gets a 2 count. Apollo Crews then hits Braun Breaker with a huge frog splash and covers 1-2 no. Braun Breaker kicks out. Apollo Crews then leaps on Breaker in the corner. He goes for it again, and Braun Breaker moves out of the way. Breaker then nails Cruz within shoulder block, followed by a spine buster. Breaker goes to the top rope and hits Cruz with a bulldog. Breaker covers 1-2. Follow Cruz kicks out. Breaker picks up Cruz, but Cruz counters with a huge DDT. Cruz covers Breaker, but he gets the shoulder up at 2. Breaker turns around and hits Cruz with the DDT. Breaker covers him 1-2, and Cruz kicks out. Cruz then comes back and plants Breaker down on the mat. He covers Breaker for no 3 count as Breaker kicks out, and the fans go nuts with this awesome chant. Both men get up exchanging blows after Breaker shots shots at Cruz to hit him. Cruz then kicks Breaker to the jaw, and Breaker comes back with a spear and calls Cruz to get the pin to win. The winner and still your NXT champion, Braun Breaker. This match was boring, and the main this match was boring, and the ending was boring. Um, Breaker celebrates in the ring, but is taken out from behind by Grayson Wheeler. With a cutter, Wheeler picks up the NXT champion and trash talks the fans as the show goes off the air. All right. Like I said it earlier, now NXT Deadline was a good show, and I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. But anyway, if you guys join my WWE NXT Deadline review and highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on WWE NXT Deadline because it was a good show, and I give it an 8.5 out of 10. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button. Turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or I go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my Ring of Honor final battle review and highlights. This your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.